Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Fandom Empire Live. Happy Tuesday night. I forgot what day it was. That happens when you get older. You forget what day it is. And the three of us amigos, other than Mr. Go Fuck Himself down in the bottom right-hand corner, are all in the same place at once. You know how I know is if I take this wonderful card here, and I grab it, and I just throw it over at Johnny.
You will miss.
I missed terribly.
You are not Tom Brady.
No. But I like him. And he won the Super Bowl on a bum knee, too. So
He did.
Yeah. Joining us tonight for the first time in studio in a long time, he is the... I'm going to try to remember all this. He's getting too much shit now. He is the co-founder of Bros Before Pros gaming channel on Twitch. He is the co-founder and co-host of the Inside Handoff, a NFL football podcast brought to you by three Canadians. And that can be found on all major podcast platforms. I think so.
I thought that show was about hand jobs in the theater.
No.
Inside the theater, getting a hand job? That's not what it's about?
No, that's the OnlyFans account. You shouldn't have access to that. How do you know
Well,
that?
I'll watch it anyways. Those are both things I'm interested in. So
wait, who's giving and who's receiving and then...
Well, you have to sign up to the OnlyFans to find out.
Oh. Bummer.
I can't give it all away for free.
Bummer. It's Johnny and
relationships reciprocate.
And of course Johnny finds a way to start the show off talking about hand jobs.
I didn't do shit.
I don't know, man. It kind of seemed like you did.
The best of relationships are not one-sided. There is reciprocation.
Gonna lean by the way, as you can probably tell, we are not using StreamYards tonight. So I'm going to be relying heavily on my chat mods to do their thing and keep the chat clean. When we're in studio, we can't use StreamYards unless Frank has found a way to have a alternative input, Frank or Darren.
Having like 3 laptops with...
Yeah, and then I think all the sound picks up because it's not all going into the
Well,
same.
no, if you have the audio strictly coming through these, but 3 laptops anchoring the video, we could do it that way, but it would require, 2 laptops, one for me and one for Kieron.
Well, I got a laptop and an iPad. Maybe that's a thing to consider next time.
I do the show on a laptop
as well,
anyways.
so,
yeah.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway, we have a hell of a show for you guys tonight. And there's a lot to talk about. But also joining us, he is the host of the Rick and Morty fan show and just spent the last hour keeping my seat warm. It's the K-Man, Kieron, to be clear.
So you didn't notice that other thing you did in your chair?
No, I didn't. Is that on OnlyFans too?
Oh, man. I'm just glad to be back in this chair, the chair that, is usually mine and mine only and doesn't belong to anyone else who may or may not be in the chat. I'm just excited to be home in my own throne here, No, I'm just kidding. Rick and Morty fan show went really well. We had our first show after our big giveaway show, which was cool. We had we've been doing really awesome. I've been really enjoying doing Rick and Morty fan show, and so if you guys enjoy my derailing the show every week here, then you can check me out there.
Also joining us, I don't know what the hell he's wearing, but it's Tommy B. What's happening, man?
Well, I'm not yet wearing the special shirt because that still needs to go through the wash. That'll probably be next week's show. This is just a short little beanie cap. I am hanging in there, hating Skype. Skype sucks. StreamYards is better. But as we know, it also has limitations, and unfortunately, we cannot use it right now. I'm really hating this. I'm not gonna lie.
Tommy B, didn't you get that shirt last week?
So my wash schedule was all jacked up because we got back from our vacation mid last week. Didn't do a load of wash when we, didn't have it in time. Blah blah blah. It'll probably get washed this weekend. Normally we do our wash on the weekends. I'm sure that's the details everyone wanted in the chat, but it's what they got.
Everyone wants to know about our shit.
Totally. Total.
You be happy you don't have kids. I have to do laundry every fucking day. If I miss like
that.
If I miss 2 days, there's fucking clothes everywhere. It's an apocalypse.
No, fuck that. I'd be one of those fucking parents that makes their kids do their own fucking wash from the time they're like 6 onwards. Fuck.
Well, that would be both my kids now. So.
Good luck.
There's an idea for you.
They help with some stuff.
You know what I just realized is if you look at Johnny's video here,
yeah,
look at his backdrop.
His head is a sun
right
now.
His favorite movie ever is
right
prominently on display over his left shoulder. Wow.
You didn't do that on purpose.
Wow.
I mean, to be fair, if you threw me there, I wouldn't be much different.
You have a poster hanging up for My Bloody Valentine?
I would prefer that.
Oh. Ouch.
You don't like that movie, eh? It's coarse. It just gets everywhere.
Laundry news wins. Okay, so if you're new to the show, this is what we do when we do live streams. We do pre-produced videos, and we'll throw like a 7 to 10 minute video out, and you get the information just like that, and that's great. But when you're tuning into the shows that are on Tuesdays and Thursdays, it starts off a little bit like an episode of Seinfeld, and eventually we get to the Halloween talk, and there's a ton of it tonight. We're talking the 3 new images that dropped. We are talking Halloween Kills Week is what we're calling it. And we got a bunch of stuff we want to unveil for you guys. We're talking about a Halloween Kills update pertaining to the Toronto International Film Festival. Things are looking up. And it's been so long since someone's been like sitting beside me when doing this, other than the one with Jade the other day, that like my peripheral vision is catching Kieron looking at me at times. And it's just like, ugh.
I can feel it. I can feel in the air the whole being live thing again, though. Like
there's like a little bit of a nervous tension about it.
I just like honestly, it's been so long now that I don't like. I know that there's a big difference between being live and being remote, and like we still have fun when we're remote. Like I've been able to do some fun stuff with my studio and drawing pictures and things like that other people can see, but. I know when it breaks down and when there's fucking funny shit to be had, it's going to be funnier in studio. So I'm excited.
No, absolutely.
Can you please explain to me again, like, what is the Band-Aid?
Oh, it's a skateboard.
Okay,
right?
so
It's a log. It's a skateboard.
Basically, what it is.
It looks like it's supposed to be a penis.
Yeah, we made those jokes too.
Frank says he's under my desk. If you want access to that video, you can sign up on our Patreon, which is patreon.com/FandomEmpire. And it's not in like a tier. You just got to pay $1,000 a month and you get that exclusive video. So
I can see under the table and it's... Save your money, people.
Seriously, though, if you want to go check out our Patreon, we're doing all sorts of cool things over there. Patreon.com/FandomEmpire. I think I have it somewhere here. There you go. Patreon.com/FandomEmpire. There are our 2 new premium tiers that a lot of people have been signing up for, and we've been having a bunch of fun over there, and we're going to continue to do so. Yeah, so guys, off the top, I want to start a little heavy. And that was a pun intended, because it was one of the last songs he did. 4 years since Chester Bennington passed away, which is crazy, because I remember that night. I think Tommy joined me on a stream over at channel 1138.
I think I was the one who sent you the link.
No, you were not how I found out, actually. You were the second person to tell me. How I found out is Jade called me, and she's like, so we're not going to the Linkin Park concert anymore. And I'm just like,
fucking rough.
I'm thinking to myself,
did the concert get canceled?
Did the concert get canceled?
Am I getting dumped on the
sick?
phone?
Am I getting dumped? You know, are we breaking up? This is long before Jensen. And like, so I'm nervous out of nowhere. Like, no, I actually like this girl. And she tells me Chester Bennington's passed away, which sucks. And I wish I could play Linkin Park songs right now, but we would get demonetized. By the way, speaking of monetization, if you want to be guaranteed to have your question or comment read on air, you can send in a super chat and support the channel on that level if you so choose. Otherwise, we will pick questions throughout the night and address them when we can, but there won't be a whole lot of that tonight because we have Halloween Kills Update. We have Halloween Kills Week that we're going to talk about a bunch of the stuff that's going on there. We have the images to talk about, but really there's only one new image to talk about. I know they're saying it's 3. And then we got some horror trivia. Actually, I shouldn't say because there's a couple of non-horror questions in there, I believe. And these fellas here, Tommy, Jeanne, and Kieron, are going to play for the 3 Patreon contestants that tied last week for the prize. So Johnny, Tommy, and Kieron will determine between Tim, Dean, and Chris. Is it Chris? No, Chris took you and lost, right? It's not Chris. It's not
I don't
Marcus.
want to be reminded of my failures, you fucking asshole.
I'm going to have to look at the chat anyways. Doesn't take too long to pull it up here. So they'll be playing for Dean, Jesse, and Tim. Dean, Jesse, and Tim they will play for, and the winner of that trivia competition will win them a Amazon gift card. And I think we know where Dean's will go, probably on physical media of some sort. So if he wins, the question is who's going to be playing for Dean. We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, let's dive back into the Linkin Park stuff, guys. This was devastating for me. It hit me personally because I resonated so well with so much of their music. Johnny, what were your thoughts when you first heard the news, man?
I mean, obviously I didn't take it quite as hard as you did because I enjoy the band, but I don't even know if they'd make my top 10 as a band. I enjoy them. It's a phenomenal type of music, and it's different than a lot of the other stuff out there. But, for me, it was just another example of the meat grinder that is success. It's...
Oh, I get what he's saying. Sorry, I was looking at a super chat and it was like, I'm sorry, what?
You're all seeing that super chat, and I didn't get it either. But
it's very distracting. I'm sitting over here on this side of the table because this time usually we're all on one side of the table, but now we're kind of in a more awkward round, we're in a more appropriate round table situation. I'm the only guy that can't see the screens, and I've got the basketball game up on my phone, so I can't see the chat that way either. And all of a sudden, Kieron just kind of leans way to the left to see what's going on. And Sean's got this look on his face like something huge is happening in the chat, and I can't see crap.
Leave it to Matt Whitfield to fuck up the show.
I'm talking to Matt here while the show's been going on a little bit.
I'm still pissed off at Matt for him beating me last week, which is what he was set out to do, but I'm still pissed. We don't talk about that.
Your thoughts, though, on just... Chester passing away. We know the band intends to do more. There's no timetable on it. But, for you, did it... I know you're saying it didn't hit you hard, but, is that a band you wanted to see live? Because I don't think you ever had a chance to see them live, right?
No, my list... I'm not a concert guy. The experience of concerts in my adult life is Guns N' Roses in 20... whatever year it was we went to see it. 2012,
I think.
Something like that.
I think it was 2012.
So, I mean, it was that. I haven't, I'm not really a concert guy, but would I've gone to see them if the opportunity presented itself? I mean, probably. Maybe. I don't know. It would depend on what music they're playing. Set lists are funky that way, because most times tours are more their newer stuff and some of the greats peppered in.
Yeah.
I wasn't as much of a fan of newer Linkin Park than I was older Linkin Park. You put on Meteora, and I'm there. But some of the newer albums, there was a song here and a song there that just didn't quite resonate with me enough that I'd want to sit through, a 2.5 hour set of music that I don't so much enjoy just to hear 3 or 4 songs that I love.
I went to a Chili Peppers concert once, and they did a double in Toronto where they played the same I think it was Air Canada Centre, but anyways, they played there twice in a row. And I went to go see them, and I was like not impressed by the set list because they played almost all. It was when they had the double album come out.
I mean,
they played almost all those songs. And then I found out my friend who went the next day they played all their classics.
Yeah, that would suck.
Fuck.
Oh, that's part of the reason why I'm so picky, right? Because the set lists are so finicky that, you know, if you're not a fan of the new stuff, you're not going to enjoy it as much. Like, that's why Guns was a perfect concert for me, because I love the new stuff. You know, not as much as the old stuff, but I still love the new stuff.
Frank says he's seen... I know there's super chats. We're going to get to them, guys, I promise, as soon as the Linkin Park talk's over. Frank says he's seen 50 bands live. That's a pretty big... Like, okay, does that include, like, opening acts? I know some opening acts are fairly popular, but I've been to concerts where you've never even heard of the opening act. Although you and I got pretty lucky.
I'd never heard of them before I saw them, but I mean, I knew them.
And like I've been to Ozfest, which would knock off 10 bands for me or 15 bands for me right off.
Yeah, see, I've never got to go to a festival, so like
I'm not going to toss out his location, but I'm thinking about it, and Frank lives in a really good area to see different bands, a number of different venues in the area. So yeah, I believe it. If you're a real concert type of person, there's definitely places to see them.
I thought only Frank lived in Uranus.
I mean, I can believe it.
It's actually Uranus.
I mean, I'd bet if we were to ask, you know, our buddy Jer how many concerts he's been to and how many bands he's seen perform that have some name value, it'd probably be a pretty high number like that.
Yeah, concert-going people. Yeah. My friend Andy, who was recently on our last show, dropped in. He's probably been to more than 100 bands, but there's just some people like that.
Kieron, what was it like for you when you heard the news about what had happened?
Honestly, you know, Johnny said Linkin Park wouldn't crack his top 10. Linkin Park wouldn't crack my top 100. So I liked them in high school. I liked their first two albums, and shortly after that, they were like sliding right off my playlists. It was just, you know, there was music I listened to in high school. They were really good at having emotional songs that you listen to when you're pissed, or, you know, songs that you listen to when you feel that way that you feel when you're a teenager a lot. And I'm not saying you can't listen to it when you're not a teenager, but I related a lot more to it at that point. I honestly, it didn't bother me too much. I know that he had problems with depression, which is an issue that I definitely can relate to and can understand. And I know Chris Cornell would have hit me a little bit harder than him.
That's his best friend.
I know, they were good friends, and but the other thing is, to me, like, I don't know, people's deaths just don't get me the same way. I don't know. It's honestly, I don't. Even people who, like, my favorite celebrities and football players and musicians and things like that who pass away, like Lemmy Kilmister passed away, and obviously was much older and died by a lot of shit that he probably did to himself.
Survived a lot longer than anyone would have expected.
Yeah, he probably should have died 100 times over. But when he passed away, it was like, I'll never get to see Motorhead, and it sucked. But it didn't upset me on a personal level. I was just like, man, damn. And that's just how death is for me.
Turns out it helps when you're not muted. It hit me hard. Linkin Park is definitely a top 5 favorite band for me, and I know a lot of people did fall off after the first 2 albums. I think I basically loved every album Linkin Park did except for one, where it kind of missed, and the rest, there was like at least 5 or 6 songs on every album that really hit for me. So it sucks, but I'll say this: I don't know if you guys have heard any of Mike Shinoda's single stuff. It's pretty good.
It's good.
Tommy, how was it like for you, man? Sorry, I know we don't have much time before we have to move on. But,
sure, I'll be quick. So I've been a Linkin Park fan since elementary school. I first heard a couple of their songs in an anime AMV video, and ever since then, it's been one of my favorite bands. I don't listen to them today as much as I used to, but they're still in my Spotify recent history. I'll still turn it up every once in a while. Just recently, I was on a little Facebook thread, I think it was, and it was like, what celebrity deaths hit you the hardest? And for me, didn't have to really think much about it. It's Chester Bennington. I could also throw Chris Cornell in there, and Carrie Fisher, definitely, very, very much so. I'll just throw one little piece in there. I never got to see Linkin Park live either. I was considering it. I think they were on tour at the time, and I was considering getting tickets to go see them, but that wasn't meant to be, obviously. Otherwise, my adult concert experiences has been limited to one show. It's like a year or so if that, they got back together. I was probably like a sophomore, late sophomore, junior in high school. I saw System of a Down in Camden, New Jersey. System, I'm a big System fan. Yeah,
it's my number one.
By the way, we can't highlight people's chats and put them on screen tonight. We wish we could, but basically we can try that strategy next week, guys, with the different computers down here. Maybe that'll allow us to do it, and everything will run a little smoother. I suspect it might not go as smooth as we think, but we'll have to wait and see. Anyways, let's get to the super chats. There's three or four of them. Byron Weaver sent in 2 99-cent super chats, and then asked, where is it? I seen he followed it up because I know you can't attach a question.
You can't attach a question to a super chat no more?
Not a 99-cent one. You can't.
Oh, okay.
If you have enough time, could you discuss the pitch Halloween Bad Blood? So you're referring to the scrapped Jamie Lloyd storyline. Look, I know it's like all over the fandom today, but there's a reason that particular pitch, like I didn't do a full read on it, but there's a reason that pitch isn't really covered in Taking Shape 2. And that's because like it really went nowhere. It was never, this is almost going to happen. And some of the ones in Taking Shape 2 are just, they were either early on in the process or halfway through, or in some cases, like to the point where cameras were ready to roll. And that pitch wasn't even in the book. So I have to assume there wasn't much to it, but I think a lot of people would like to see Jamie Lloyd continue, although her little backing up Tony Moron, as our boy Toronto Freddy would say. And by the way, I can't really say what, but Freddy's going through some stuff right now, and I just want Freddy to know that we're all thinking about you, dude, and we're here for you if you need anything. So yeah, that's what I would say on that, Byron. And then there was no question attached to Jerry's super chat. And then Matt Whitfield.
A Jerry thing to do.
Matt Whitfield says they want a piece. I think it's supposed to be they want a piece of me. I would slaughter them once again, meaning you two in trivia.
Oh, yeah, and that makes much more sense than they won't a piece of me.
Good God, you have a microphone talking to it.
That would make a lot more sense than how it came out. I couldn't put that together. So apparently he wouldn't beat me in a spelling bee.
Let's pick a topic that I'm more knowledgeable on, and I'll gladly throw down. But, yeah.
Chris says he's.
I seem to remember smacking him and most of everyone else here around in Star Wars trivia quite a bit.
Again, pick a topic that I'm knowledgeable on, and I'll
You're
smack
not
some.
knowledgeable on Star Wars?
Not as much as you.
Apparently not.
I'm not afraid to admit my knowledge base. I know my knowledge base. That's not it.
Well, we're not fucking doing it on fantasy porn.
Greg Shepard says wrestling is a big topic on this channel.
Throw me down in some of that. Throw me down some wrestling trivia, and I will smack some asses.
I thought you meant fantasy porn. I'm like, we're not No, we're not doing that. Like, I don't know what kind of stream you want to be on, but no. Wrestling, you would beat the shit out of me.
We got cousins and all that other crap that you were doing, and now we have fantasy porn.
No, Kieran's got fantasy porn, okay? I'm strictly talking about...
Hand jobs, too, at the beginning. Like, holy fuck, man.
I was sent here from the future to derail this podcast.
Greg Shepard says, wrestling is a big topic on this channel. Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful, and Patriot, whose name was...
Del Wilkes. That was like a month
Del
ago.
Wilkes, have passed away recently. I don't know if you guys knew. Yeah, we did. That's real sad in both cases. Johnny, I know you and Kieran are both big wrestling guys. Although those are guys I do remember pretty well. Maybe just briefly sum up a little bit on both individuals.
I mean, it sucks. It brings an extremely depressing statistic to mind that through the course of 6 WrestleMania main events, there are 3 people still alive.
That's crazy. I mean, Mr. Wonderful is not someone that is celebrated as Macho Man and
damn it, he should.
But
be.
Yeah, like when you go back and you think of that time, like he was the #1 heel for a while, and he did it better than a lot of the people, the early Hogan opponents. Like
2 people,
he did it good.
Feuded with Hulk Hogan and drew houses in excess of 70,000 people. This is legit numbers, like not the inflated. WrestleMania 3 did not draw 90-some thousand people. It did
93,000.
It the actual attendance is probably closer to 77,000 fans. However, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff drew a house with Hulk Hogan at the exhibition in Toronto in excess of 70,000 fans to see that match.
Yeah.
Like, he does not get the respect he deserves as a huge monster heel in the 70s. Like, that guy, he was the #2 babyface. He was the first one that turned on Hogan. Like, the Andre feud is the Orndorff-Hogan feud done again 2 years later.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's almost identical. It's only slightly different in that, Wonderful and Hogan was more, I'm better than you, whereas Andre was, you don't respect me.
Yeah, that's
the only difference between the two.
But but he's not even, he's not thought of in the same way, and that's
dude's
rough.
a badass too. Like, have you ever heard the story of him slapping Vader around when wearing nothing but board shorts and flip flops?
I don't think I've heard that one, but I have heard stories of that.
It was at a WCW taping in I think 93, 94. Vader was pissed about something, and he got up in Orndorff's face, and Paul was just like, step off, like back down. He's wearing flip flops, takes flip flop off and just whacks Vader around wearing flip flops and a board short, and just whipped Vader's ass in the locker room.
It was rough too. His career ended because he had atrophy in the one arm, so his arm became weaker than the other. Or I know that
the lineup
hurt
of
him.
events is kind of funky in that. Like, that didn't actually start really happening until he did his comeback again
in WCW. I remember he had
like 99.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, his career was over long before that. It was mostly just a general wear and tear on a guy from that era.
Yeah. And then the things those guys did in their free time.
There are 80s rockers that are just like, dude, slow down.
Frank Riker sends in a $5 super chat. Birthday cake or cheesecake for the rest of your life? Tommy B, get in here.
So, first thing, I'd like to do a little bit of justice. Matt reminded me. It got away from me for a moment. Jerry Ramey in the chat. I just lost my camera. That's always cool. Popped in and added to his $20 super chat. Sorry I couldn't give more in return for the super chat. Kieran has to prank the Wham boys. Or I have to prank Wham. Apparently, I seem like endless fun. Yeah, I don't know what your definition of fun is, and I don't really know what a prank would look like, but maybe one day.
If I knew the Wham guys, then I would do that, but I feel
I'm not important like that.
Yeah. Like, well, I don't know any of those guys. Like,
they'd look at it and be like, "Who the heck is this dude?"
Yeah, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" and stuff like that. Like, but if they knew of me or I knew of them, then maybe I would be a good person to do that. But
now let me jump in and I'll answer the question that was asked because I responded in the chat, but I'll do it again. So, was it Frank with the birthday cake or cheesecake? I asked for clarification. Are we talking? Can the birthday cake be ice cream cake? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone likes ice cream cake.
Are you trying to be Johnny right now?
You're taking the Johnny.
I know. I'm
cake.
sorry.
Oh my God.
Point is, birthday cake. There. Moving on. Sorry.
The king of turning the simplest answer into a 5-hour friggin' lesson on.
Well, I mean,
I could talk about 5 hours about birthday cakes. I got a cousin who's a pastry chef, and I said I would eat that shit off the floor.
Birthday cake is a very broad category because you don't know what it means. Like, are we talking like the specific, like, white vanilla? You know what I mean? Like, anything can be a birthday cake. Tommy's right. Anything can be a birthday cake. So it's not a category. Like, it's not
birthday cupcakes.
Yeah, it's not really a thing. You got to be more specific than that. So like cheesecake versus angel food cake.
It's a nice little collection you got.
You got to be more specific than birthday cake. So I'd have to say cheesecake because birthday cake isn't it's not a category. Like there's so much in that category that you have to pick it, but you can't pick it because
okay, enough. No,
pie can be a birthday cake.
Can you still shut his mic off?
I can. Oh my God.
Yeah, but then I'd just take Kieran's and we'd be here all day.
How about neither? I'll take ice cream over both. That's what I would go with.
But according to Tommy, that's birthday cake.
We are, by the way, on the Wham front. By the way, Jerry, I know who you really are. Anyway, on the Wham front.
Did Jerry Seinfeld finally come out to one of our shows?
Yeah.
He heard about the podcast about nothing and wanted to check us out.
Those guys have been through a tough time lately, and like we have been, and some people really crossed the line with them. So pranking them would not be. Yeah, that's just not going to happen. Although doing a parody of them. And I don't know them well, you know. In fact, last week is the most I've ever talked with them. And yeah, a parody would be cool. I'm sure we could come up with a parody.
I'm always down for some sort of like fun acting bit or anything like that, or like I got a couple. I won't elaborate, but I got a couple fun stuff on the go, getting ready to set up a few fun YouTube content that try out different things.
Let's just say, if Wham's Dr. Loomis and Michael Myers wanted to have a foursome,
I don't know if I like where this is headed.
We might know a couple of people that would be perfect for that foursome. So you have to wait and see.
What?
Terrible choice of words, though. Terrible choice of words. I'm taking Johnny's job.
Kieran and I think, are both casually like looking around, like, how far am I from the exit again?
Just some things you can't say. Not like you don't do that.
That's the show. No.
Let me tell you right now, if you ever say like you want to be in studio and you're like, hey, why don't you join me and Johnny for a threesome? I won't fucking be here that day. It'll be remote. So if you know, like, if you know that that's what you're going to say, just stop yourself.
So what you're saying is, well, you don't want to participate, you would watch remotely.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, glad we got that out of the way. So, Tommy,
That's not better.
Earlier, Frank said that you look like you have a Jesus halo. It really looks like that right now.
If
I
Johnny,
need a little
if Johnny was
divine
on,
intervention some
right?
weeks to get through the show.
if Johnny's on your shoulder, he's not that guy.
Yeah, you can have a devil on your shoulder. Like, let's be real. You know?
But it doesn't have a halo.
I'd point out, hey now, that Lucifer was an angel. Just saying.
Just so we're clear, we're talking about supernatural. We're not diving into actual.
Well, I was talking about Lucifer.
Let's talk about religion on this channel. That's a not divisive topic.
Yeah, not at
I'll
all.
be up for that.
Hard pass. Find a new channel to talk about that on. And that's not to say that I don't believe in anything. That's just that in politics you don't want to go down because you're basically putting lighter fluid all over the room.
I made him talk about religion on the air.
Y'all just afraid I'll school y'all.
You know
just
what?
wait for the inevitable supernatural show, Tommy, and then we'll be like thinly veiled.
I hope Carey
religious
Price
discussions.
gets claimed tomorrow.
You know what? I wouldn't be upset if Carey Price got claimed tomorrow.
Really?
No. I don't think that Montreal is at the stage where they are going to win a Stanley Cup soon. They did make it to the Stanley Cup, which is kind of crazy to think. But that was, that was something they would have to build a lot on to get back to. I think there was a
Frank
lot
wants to know.
Hot goalie.
Frank wants to know if Kieron leaves, who fills his hole? Anyways.
Response.
What?
That response was just as awkward as the question.
I'm an awkward
that
guy.
question could be taken in a few different ways. And
I'm an awkward person.
Does everybody want to talk some Halloween? We're
that'd be good, I guess.
37 minutes into this show, and there's a lot of Halloween to talk about. And I know you're probably like, "Oh my God, let's talk about the new images."
Is there even anyone left in the chat after this fucking shit?
For some reason, 70 people are watching us.
Oh, all right.
So there are 70 people who want to watch us in a threesome.
Whoa! Oh my!
Can we shut his mic off? Can you go back in time and edit a video that's live? I don't know. It's just got to be a way.
I'm a BDMC.
I get that. Let's just restart it. Hey, everybody, we're for Fandom Empire Live. We got a great show.
If American Dad airs in Canada, is it rebranded Canadian Dad?
Well,
that's good.
I would actually like the answer for this. What is the answer?
No.
So what happened Halloween we're going to talk about? Can we
we are going to talk about Halloween, and if the chat wants to talk about not only these Halloween images, but a bit of a Halloween Kills update when it comes to TIFF and some other things, and you want to find out what the big Halloween Kills week is here at Fandom Empire, take a second and hit that like button. There is 22 motherfucking likes in here and nearly 70 of you watching. Please take a second. Okay, see that silence there? You could have hit the like button. So let's hit that like button. We're going to play some music. Let's get those likes up to 40, and we'll talk Halloween Kills. Yeah, I'm being a bit of a dick tonight.
Yeah, that is.
Let's get the likes up. Come on, it's a click of a button. It's not fucking. You're not donating money.
I think we're going to go down to 23 people if we do.
We're going to get some thumbs down. You keep that up.
We got to 30. That's what you asked for, right?
No, 40. We asked for 40. Is it legal to blackmail your audience into 40 likes? I'm going to answer that question. There are channels.
I wouldn't recommend it.
There are channels way the fuck bigger than we are that do this. And the likes do help because it sends the streams out to more people, the more engagement there is. It's just the way this YouTube thing works. And when we get two more... Chris says he loves the Kills poster. Me too. I dig it.
It was great until you ripped it.
What?
You ripped it? You ripped the poster?
Oh,
you're talking about the... Oh, yeah.
He's talking about this.
Talking about the OG.
I mean, this is totally the Halloween Ends poster. Apparently, we went from 68 viewers to 60. Oh, well.
You see, they refused. They refused to subjugate themselves to your...
I see, the way I see it, and I have no problem taking this stance, is there's a group of people, probably about 15, 20 people, that super chat once in a while on this channel and help us out. And there's 30 of you over on Patreon that help us out a ton financially. It allows us to do more here. And I totally understand when people aren't in position to help financially, but it takes literally 1 second to click a thumbs up button and help the channel. And if people aren't willing to do that, then they don't give a shit about the channel, is my stance. Sorry if nobody doesn't agree with that. That's my stance. Gonna stick to it. Anyways, Halloween Kills. Since I know Tommy's about to burst out laughing if I continue. Let's talk about these images. They're going around. I'm sure you guys have seen them. I think they were in a couple of our groups. These images do absolutely nothing for me. You've literally seen parts of these 3 images before in various trailers. This was here, let's call them 3 new images. And, well, they are 3 new stills. It's just, this to me, this is... I love hype. I love getting hyped for this movie. You're about to find out how hyped we really are. But it's 3 images. It's like, oh my God, Michael's holding a knife. Alert the press. I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't think anything of them. You guys?
I don't give a fuck. Not even a little. I don't give a fuck. Nope.
I honestly didn't care too much. The Michael image killing the firefighter, I had a little bit of a gripe with. That was kind of funny because nobody supported me at all. But
those that are in our Fandom Addicts Facebook chat that we have for that tier on Patreon, there was a fun conversation happening earlier today between Kieron and the members of that chat, and it was fun.
Yeah, if you subscribe to that here, you'll get fun conversations like me griping about the fact that it's impossible for any sort of regular human, and I know Michael Myers is not a regular human, to stand up straight and hold a person like a flag like this over top of that. That's like something that a power lifter in real life who's like 350 pounds should not be able to do. They would fall forward just based on physics. You would have to like be in a crazy split-legged position, like you would have to be lunging forward, and you'd have to have that counterbalance, or you would, if you're holding a person straight up like this, far away from your body, 7-8 feet far from your body, then you would fall over forward. So
why is the person cooperating? Is an equally as important question.
Well, he's being stabbed and lifted up in the air. Did you see the image? Or have you not?
For like 3-4 seconds,
okay,
they just kind of like flash through.
No, this is the argument we had that was funny. Was that some people were like, oh well, wrestling is like that and whatever. It's like, yeah, but wrestling like.
Great,
wrestling,
if I'm
the guy
you,
jumps up. Yeah, like most people can't actually choke slam someone with one hand.
Have you ever tried to deadlift someone? It's not easy.
Well, it's a front lift, and a front lift, even like crazy, like the strongest people in the world in a front lift like that lift up like 100 pounds, 130, 140 pounds.
More like I don't specifically remember this image at all, but the picture you're painting is of the person taut.
Anyways,
in my mind, I'm seeing a suplex. And I'd be thinking dead weight,
because they got a weapon and they're holding the person up on the end of the weapon. So but anyways, amazing. There you go. So like they shouldn't be able to lift someone up like that. It's obviously being lifted by wires and stuff like that. Michael would fall forward if he had someone like that. No! Anyways, if you subscribe to the Fandom Addicts, tier of Patreon, then you get me bitching about something that dumb. But as I've said before many times, I like when it comes to fight sequences and things like that. I pick apart things. It has to be realistic to me.
I'm sorry. I'm taken aback by that image that Sean was holding up there for you. Why?
Why?
Like,
what?
Why from why lift him up?
Yeah, I mean, it's a show of power, and it makes him look strong and whatever. But I don't know. It just like to me, Michael Myers does not have like a ridiculous super strength.
Can you see the weapon? Like, that's an important?
It's a Halligan bar.
Oh, okay. So why isn't the guy?
The bar probably should.
Why isn't the person like if that scene does not end with Michael like just and the person just sliding down onto Michael?
Well, maybe it does.
Then I might be okay with that because the physics would, it'd be like up and
the physics of lifting him up wouldn't work though.
It would slide
Frank
them
says,
down
"Stop
the
it,
bar.
Kieron! You're ruining movie magic."
It would slide them down.
That is the problem. That's totally the problem. Like, honestly, me and Sean went to go see Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, and I was noticing, like, recently I said Harrison Ford being 80-something, being indie, like, he can't punch like that anymore. And if you noticed, and you didn't notice it probably watching the movie, every single time they showed Samuel Jackson punching someone, it was from behind his head.
I never caught that. No.
Every single fucking time he throws a punch, it shows behind his head because he's probably not even throwing the punch. So
I'm more intrigued by why are you keeping
an 80-year-old man winding up for a punch just does not look good on camera almost ever.
The Samuel
Jackson.
He's old.
He's old, man.
One of my favorite parts in that movie are when Samuel Jackson's character uses the mace, and like they make a point of addressing it, like, "Oh, you're using a mace." And I just sort of thought to myself, "Is that supposed to be an inside Star Wars joke? Because it feels like it."
Yeah,
there was no reason for a mace to be there.
Well, it was Ryan Reynolds' character's anti-killing weapon earlier on in the movie, but because he was taking a sabbatical from killing. From shooting, from all the violence. Anyways, just there you go. Fandom Addicts, guys. You get to talk to me about random dumb stuff that peeves me. And I don't know. It's just, I get taken out of fight scenes if they're not realistic. And I think Matt Whitfield was pointing out or was that you, Sean? Pointing out that it was dumb because I watch wrestling, and wrestling is not like 100% not real. Like nothing you see in wrestling is a good fighting move normally.
Yeah, but they don't pretend it is.
Yeah.
Like that's the other.
No,
it's
people that aren't wrestling fans don't.
No,
really
I
know
understand
that.
that.
Yeah, they never get it.
Like that's the critique people make. Like it's fake. I'm like, yes.
Brad asks, "What's the update?" He joined late. Well, Brad, you missed discussions about threesomes, foursomes, hand jobs, cousins, and all sorts of other fucking just weird ass shit to begin this show.
Laundry schedules. Yes, all these things happen. We even talked about Jamie Lloyd, a.k.a. Daniel Harris. So what was the update? We're going to tell you right now. I can tell you that I spoke to someone today. Actually, I spoke to someone yesterday, and we were talking about TIFF, and I got to see the TIFF lineup about, I don't know, close to 24 hours before they announced it. And it's only the preliminary lineup. And so, like, I'm talking to someone else on Twitter, and, you know, someone's like, well, will Halloween Kills be there? And someone in the know responded and pretty quickly deleted the tweet. Like, we're talking like less than 5 minutes that tweet was up. And as we told you, we had heard a rumor that Halloween Kills likely would go to TIFF at one point in time. This is before they announced the Cannes Festival. But what we heard is you could see the movie at TIFF, but the cast and crew would not be there. They would digitally appear on screen, which is not the same as it was for Halloween 2018. Now, we don't know that to be true, but things are definitely trending in that direction. So they haven't announced Midnight Madness yet. I can tell you if they can have 15,000 fans inside the Rogers Center, Midnight Madness, at least in some level, is likely going to happen if things don't get worse and get backed off. Halloween Kills going to TIFF feels promising at this moment, and I would say pay attention to your calendar. Sorry, not your calendar, but online over the next couple of weeks as we get to the Midnight Madness. But anyways, I had this exchange with a guy on Twitter, and he was like an actual film critic. And he's just like, all I did was comment on the fact that, yeah, if Halloween Kills comes, from what we've heard, it's going to be like an alternate showing. Like it wouldn't be like it was for 2018. To which he responded to me and then inboxed me. He DM'd me, and he's just like, I don't know who you think you are, but stop pretending like you know stuff. This is an actual film critic. He's like, you've probably never attended the Toronto International Film Festival.
Roger Ebert told you to fuck off?
No, that'd be cool. I'd save that.
That would be really cool.
I'd put that up.
He's dead?
Aren't they both?
I know Siskel. I know Siskel died.
So anyways, this guy, I don't know who the fuck he was, but obviously, again, it's one of those people, they only have so many followers. They must not be in the know-how. And we're not completely in the know-how, I'm not claiming we are. But Halloween Kills looks promising. And don't forget, Dune will have its North American debut at the Toronto International Film Festival as well. So that's what we're hearing on that front. There has been traction on the idea that Netflix may purchase Halloween Kills and show it starting on Halloween. So it wouldn't be a straight out purchase you pay a lot more if your movie was going exclusively to Netflix than you would after the release window. Considerably more.
2013, by the way, for Ebert passing away.
Oh, all right.
Has he been gone that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
Man, he's been eating popcorn in heaven for 8 years.
Eating popcorn.
I don't imagine Siskel and Ebert are eating popcorn watching movies ever.
What? Ebert said he always claims that he eats popcorn.
So the other thing is, which might excite some of you if you have deep pockets. And if you have deep pockets, feel free to hit the super chat button and join us on Patreon. And if you don't, then it's cool. Had to throw that in there. Fun and games. The border is opening up here. And again, I don't want to start a divisive conversation about what it's going to take to cross the border, specifically about vaccines, because I know for a fact, there's just so many people with so many different opinions on whether you should get them or not, and a lot of hatred comes from it. I'm simply telling you factually how it is. You will have a shot if Halloween Kills debuts. Not debuts, but debuts in North America in Toronto, which we don't know for sure yet. You'll have a shot to be able to come up and see it. However, you'll need to be fully vaccinated, or you're not getting across the border. You'll have to have your passport, and you're going to have to pay a considerable amount of money on the secondary market to get a ticket for what'll probably be 50% capacity seating if nothing backs up. I can tell you right now, on the secondary market for Halloween 2018, the cheapest ticket that I saw was going for $200 American. So if that's at full capacity, assume double maybe for half capacity.
Could be.
So if you're willing to spend $400 to come to Toronto and see it 5 or 6 weeks early, if it debuts in North America here, then great. But most people were paying the secondary markets for 18 because they had a chance to come and see David Gordon Green and Danny McBride and J.B. Lee Curtis and so on. And I don't think you're going to get that opportunity this time. Johnny, I just quickly want to go around the table, guys. Tom, I'm going to leave you out of this one since you're not Canadian. Do you see...
I guess I'll just go fuck myself. Holy shit.
To my knowledge, there's going to be a Midnight Madness event. So I'm not going to ask you if you think it's going to happen or not. I believe it is happening, barring things, going backwards. But do you think we're in the right target category in terms of how much a ticket could cost to that on the secondary market? Do you think it'd be double what it was at 18 because of limited capacity?
I mean, it's entirely impossible to know what they're going to even start at for this one. You think
it would be more, though, right?
Yeah, in general, I think there's going to be a markup for no other reason than, they didn't have one last year.
Yeah.
That's going to make a huge difference for these people. There's going to be a lot more costs involved in just running it from a strictly logistic standpoint. Just from the enhanced, sanitation needs and things like that are going to have to go into an event like this that they've never had before. So, yeah, costs are going to be up there. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not double what you think. Double of last time, like quadruple the prices, quintuple. I wouldn't be surprised if it's not looking at around 1,000.
Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, that's my point too, because we've seen other things open. We were complaining about Blue Jays tickets the other day.
Although they were fake.
Oh, were they?
Game Time
haven't been revealed yet. I was
going to say Game Time was legitimately selling tickets to the Jays games in Toronto in the 500 level.
Queen Jade has graced us with her presence.
I need access to your shin.
I seen the comment.
Bow your head, Johnny. The Queen is in the room.
That's for Matt.
Wait, Matt?
Yeah, he's the one that sent in the $5.
What did
you
say?
came and kicked me in the shin for $5?
I'll do it again for 20.
Wow.
Oh man.
What the hell just happened?
Got an annual this
Alrighty. Good night.
Okay. Well, at least it wasn't just the kick. Would
just
you have
got-
done it for just the kick? Oh fuck.
I just
Never
got
mind, it was
kicked
just
in
a
the
kick.
shin twice.
Somebody try $2. See if it'll happen again.
First time relatively hard for $5 fucking dollars. Anyways, no, Johnny's right. You know, it's probably going to be marked up. Anyway, Game Time was selling tickets to these Jays games in the 500 level, and the 500 level was marked up to, what did we say, $300?
That's
Yeah.
an oopsie.
And normally they're
here's the
like
problem.
$30.
It's not even open.
There's no 500 level when it comes back. It's all 100 and 200 level. So
Oh, nice.
Game Time
Shame
in a
on
little
them.
bit of trouble.
Shame. Yeah, that's okay. Anyways, we've seen markups on other things though that are pretty crazy when they're partial capacity and like I know that tickets to see the Stanley Cup in Montreal were nuts, and yeah. Anyways,
I think it will be expensive. Anthony Stanfield's like, I'll take you and Jade. I can guarantee you that if Halloween Kills is in Toronto, at the very least, one of us will be there.
I'll pay quite a bit to go. I'll just sell my PS4 to make some of that money up.
Selling a PS4 ain't gonna buy you that, bud.
No.
You'd have to sell a PS5 to get that.
Yeah. I know, but
PS4
it would help.
might get you 25% of the way there if they're around 800 like Johnny gets.
Yeah. I know.
You're
I
lucky to
actually
get
looked
that
today.
much.
So recently, it's been revealed that you're going to be able to get Disney Plus on our home, on our Rogers
That's a new
stuff.
thing.
So now the only reason I needed my PS4 was to have Disney Plus, really. So because I barely play video games, I hate new video games. I'd rather play Super Nintendo.
Well, there you have it. That's what we have for you on Halloween Kills on in terms of TIFF. Things are looking up. I can tell you that it was all but a done deal that it was coming to Toronto last year, but I don't know if the whole going to the festival there over in, is it Italy? I think that's where it is. Cannes?
France. And it's just Can.
I'm gonna call it Cannes.
Pretty much
Cans.
everyone calls it cans anyways.
I know, but they're wrong. It's Can.
I'll pay for dinner. Well, you could do that. I'm sure we can find a keg somewhere.
Yeah. we've had some great ideas on things we could do when the movie comes out.
Actually, you know what, dude? Toronto, downtown Toronto, there are some fucking fantastic hot dog carts and sausage carts. Don Juan's. Tell me you haven't had Don Juan's, either of you, downtown Toronto.
We went before the Blue Jays game at.
Oh, I know you and I have had Don Juan's.
I was just say you and I went not too long ago.
I've been to a lot of them, but I don't know which ones are which.
Tommy, you wish you
I
had
go to
Don
the one-
Juan's, don't you?
Outside the convention center many times.
That's Don Juan's.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I there is one that's someone told me to make sure to go, so.
It's like right outside the convention center,
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
Frank Riker, Toronto International Tourist Trap. Tit.
Yeah.
That's why when Sean, he just kept saying it by name. I did not know it by name.
Yeah.
But then as soon as I ate it, I was like, yeah, I get this all the time.
I go with I've been to a bunch of conventions with one of our local comic book shops, and I've eaten there pretty much.
Yeah,
every
you
time.
started with them after I stopped. With
After
them.
you stopped, yeah.
Anthony Stanfield says, I'm talking filet mignon.
Mignon.
You can say filet mignon, but you can't say can properly.
1 second here. I haven't pulled this one out of my ass in a while.
One's a lot harder than the other, but you get the hard one right.
So yeah, no, we have that to look forward to. That's cool. I've had a bunch of people who've seen some of the recent videos be like, "Where'd you get your Halloween Kills poster from?" I'm telling you guys, if you can do it yourselves or you know someone online, find the highest resolution poster you can, raise the quality to like a 36 by 24 theatrical poster, and go print it. So
Not that we would encourage such a thing, but yeah, do that.
yeah, because you don't want to pay $130 at movieposters.com.
I'm just saying we'd never encourage such a thing to the Universal lawyers that may or may not be watching right now. We'd never encourage our fan base to do such a
get it in Canada
relatively simple thing.
Yeah, you can't. Hey, there's Intel Wild. Thank you for joining us tonight.
What up, Intel?
Gotta love Vince McMahon. Well, he's certainly done a lot. I'll say
you
that.
do not have to love Vince McMahon.
No, I don't. I don't love him at all.
The
But
promo to start SmackDown was fire.
was it? Yeah.
It literally walked out.
Which makes sense because he's really trying really hardly to burn his own company down.
Man, literally walks out on stage for the first time they've had a full house audience in 18 months. Looks at the crowd. Where have you been? And walks out. That's it.
That's
that's probably
touting.
That's the promo. It's amazing.
Wait, he's been going on about this?
I went on about it on Friday night when it happened.
Like it was a big promo.
I literally sent the promo an hour later in the chat.
I don't watch the shit you send. I'm afraid it's going to be weird jerk-off porn.
From a Twitter account that's not my own.
Yeah, you might have found some weird jerk-off porn and been like, hey, guys.
Wait, that account is still going on? You've not put an end to that shit yet?
That account, yes.
Oh, I thought that's what you were talking about.
Anyways.
The
important part is that Johnny still watches jerk-off porn.
Yeah, that's your best bet on getting it done. I'll say this on the wrestling front before we talk about Halloween Kills Week, which we have so much to talk about, is I seen like a Twitter clip of how Money in the Bank ended. I know you watched it. You're telling me you watched the pay-per-view. And obviously John Cena comes out and, crowd goes nuts, and I can see it because he hasn't been there in a long time. And I've not been watching, by the way. I haven't been watching. I know Roman Reigns is heel. I know he's been with Paul Heyman. And I know, I guess, the cousins are with him, too. Although at one point, I think one of them was against him. That's all I know. I don't watch regularly. I haven't watched a full Raw or SmackDown in over a decade. So, yeah, no, it's been a long time. I'll say this, though. Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman's reaction to Cena coming out. I literally said to myself, Roman Reigns just sold me more right there than he has in his entire career for me. I just have not liked Roman Reigns at all. I found him boring and not entertaining. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if he's been, what do they call that, promo school, or if he's just put on the acting chops. But just, like, he didn't even say anything. His response, though, was like,
His work has definitely improved, but he's also a much better bad guy than he ever was when you're there trying to shove him down your throats as a good guy, or even as an anti-hero. He's been much better as a plain up bad guy. So
I think he works as a bad guy. This is coming from somebody who does not watch. Johnny, bad guy, yay or nay? Briefly.
Oh, very yay.
Yeah.
The head of the table is the greatest gimmick in a long time.
I was going to say, I could have swore that you a few years ago were going like, stop trying to just shove him down everybody's throats and make him heel. Because I know they were doing that for Cena for a long time, too, but they never did end up turning him back heel after a while, where Reigns, it seems like he had a lot of heat, anyways, in the few things I've watched.
You have to do it. Like, it's the way the business works. If the fans don't buy it, you turn them, and then that's how the great characters of a generation are formed. Rocky, I'm looking at you. You don't go from die Rocky die to the most electrifying man in sports entertainment in a year.
Yeah,
without that.
It totally makes sense. Well, like, you try to shove a character down everyone's throat for so long, everyone hates them, and then you're like, cool, everyone hates you. You are now a heel, whether you like it or not.
They miss their chance when they do it. Like, when you do the push the first time and the fans get in on it organically, that's when you got to jump if the guy's a baby. But you can't wait and be like, this isn't our timeline. I mean, yes, of course, I don't want Roman Reigns to win the Royal Rumble going into WrestleMania 30 and take away the yes movement moment. Like, that was a generational moment, but that was your moment.
Wasn't that Batista that won that one?
But it was all in service of one angle. Like, nobody knows exactly when they went from one train to the other and decided that they were going to lean in. Like, the yes movement started in like September, October. So it was still over.
When everybody wanted him to win the Royal Rumble and he didn't, and the fans were like,
early just so that
he got eliminated unceremoniously,
very quickly too.
Intel says that he'll double that $5 super chat if Jade comes and kicks me again. You're going to have to quadruple that super chat. Oh, my God. I almost got super kicked right in the face.
Super kicked for a super
kick party!
chat.
All right, quickly time the slap.
That was more like a cane than a super kick.
It was.
We have a wrestling super chat in. I'm not sure that's ever happened before.
I think it's happened once or twice, maybe.
Yeah. Dan Hebert says, do you think, and again, we'll have to keep this brief, Dan, just because there's a lot more to get to. Do you think WrestleMania ever comes back to Toronto, Johnny?
Eventually, yes. There's no reason for it not to. I mean,
New Jay Stadium in 4 or 5 years?
Even without that, the Rogers Center is still big enough that they can still pack.
It's a dump in there.
I'm not saying it's not, but they can still pack 60,000 people plus in there. They've still got, the convention center right there. They've still got the Air Canada Center, which I will always and forever call it, right there. Like, everything is all still in that fine heart nucleus that's easily accessible by public transportation. That they'd be crazy not to go back there.
They have all that stuff.
I don't
that
think
they
they
can
do
all
anything at BMO. No, that doesn't make sense.
They have all that stuff to do, all the promotional, all the crazy stuff that comes along with it. So
the Raw, the SmackDown, the NXT, the Hall of Fame, all of that you can do at Scotiabank, Air Canada Center, or if you wanted to dumb it down a little bit, you could do some of even the smaller things at the old Ryko, whatever they're calling it, Coca-Cola Coliseum now, I think, or whatever they're calling it. Like you could do the Hall of Fame there.
It's called Ricoh Center.
It was. They changed the name
to Ryko. You said Ryko. I don't know. He got something wrong, Sean. He said it wrong. He said it wrong. He
called it the Ryko Center?
He called it the Ryko Center. You don't even know whatever language that was in.
That's
the Ryko Center. Anyways, Justin also says RVD is the greatest wrestler. Well, I don't think he's the greatest wrestler, but he's definitely one of my favorites.
How are you managing to be in the chat while hosting at the same time on a separate account?
Gifted.
Who's the best wrestler ever?
How much to kick Tommy B? Oh, man. How would we do that?
We'd have to get his missus to do it, I guess.
Tommy just wants us to get the hell off wrestling.
So this is how this is going to work.
You're going to kick yourself. Can you raise your foot to your chin? Are you that flexible? Are you that flexible?
No.
The way you said that was very disturbing.
To get me to see Halloween Kills on release day in Ontario.
I'm sorry, what'd you call it?
Pardon?
One more time? One more time?
We are going to super chat enough to get me to see Halloween Kills on release day in Ontario. Why, am I mispronouncing that?
Sorry, one more time. One more time just for shits and giggles.
Okay, why don't you fucking tell me how to fucking say it? I'm a fucking nothing American.
We aren't an 80s gaming system.
Oh, man. Are you just doing that in your wannabe Batman voice? Could you do that for us? Could you say Ontario in your Batman voice? Come on. I'll super chat the channel myself if you do that.
Y'all are
that seems like the most wasteful thing you could do.
Here, Google. Here's 40% more.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Sean can kick me then.
So you want to come up here just so I can touch you?
I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing kills.
That's what he's saying.
For the party. But
oh, man.
This got very weird.
Sure.
I joked around with Tommy B the other day because we're about to get into Halloween Kills week and what's happening. And I said, we could get you up here. And I said, but realistically, if we did it for Halloween Ends, that's more doable. And Dean Renner super chats on AWN Ontario. It's Ontario.
That seems too easy.
Just like most people in the U.S. anyway, pronounce Toronto. But if you listen to a lot of Canadians pronounce it, hey, what are the Toronto Maple Leafs doing?
Toronto.
You
just said the same exact fucking thing.
And it's not the same thing. It's not. Listen, Americans, Toronto. Canadians, Toronto. Canadians leave out the second T for whatever stupid reason.
Okay, those are almost the same thing.
Because that's the way it's supposed to be?
Is it? Is it really?
I think accurately, yes.
Oh, boy. Here we go. We're going
Do we want to start pronouncing water? Because I can say water in about 3 different fucking ways. Like water.
Etymology? What's the...
Yeah, I think
water.
Let's not get into the etymology of words.
Flinter sends in a $2.79 super chat. No more wrestling talk or I'm unsubscribing. Oh, Flinter, that's mean. That's mean. Remember when you tried to fool us into thinking you were 70? I remember that. So
My wife is now Facebook messaging me. Where are we going in Ontario? There, did I get it right this time?
Ontario.
I wish your wife would message you like, "Hey, Tommy B, look to your left," and then boom, super kick.
That is not what my wife calls me.
She doesn't call you Tommy B.
Wouldn't that be?
I thought that was your
That
last
would
name.
be
Yeah,
really
I guess it
fucked
was.
up.
Hey,
Yeah.
Tommy, where's your shirt, man?
We just went fucking over this earlier today.
I think I zoned out.
Super kick.
Holy shit! What do you think we talked laundry for?
That was like the first thing we talked about.
I probably zoned out.
Holy
to
shit! So,
That is pretty
my
bad.
wash schedule is all fucked up. That shirt still smells
This,
like a friggin' mildew camp, and it hasn't gone through the wash
This is
yet.
Show's going so
fantastic
good.
advertising for the merch.
This show's going so good that we talked about Tommy's laundry twice.
Well, I mean, apparently it is going good because there's still 70 people in here, and there's been plenty of super chats and plenty of great discussion. Although Frank mentioned in the chat, and we haven't involved the audience enough tonight, and I want to take a second to do that. Intel, what's the big Halloween news? Now, I think Intel's just busting my chops here. But we talked Halloween Kills. That was the Halloween Kills update in terms of TIFF and what's going on with the Netflix thing. I really do. Oh, look what just made an appearance. It's the I guess I'll just go fuck myself t-shirt.
I already ordered mine.
Indeed. And Intel probably ordered 50 of them. No, he definitely didn't. I would have seen the notification of you just made, I think you get $4 a t-shirt. So you just made, no, maybe it's $2. I don't know.
You don't know how much money the channel makes off of a
Oh,
t-shirt?
not very much.
It's not much.
T-Public doesn't
Yeah,
give
I
you much
didn't
because
think
they
so.
handle
It makes
everything,
sense.
right?
Yeah, they do everything.
We don't have to
so
keep inventory. We don't have to make
Yeah.
anything. We don't have to do nothing.
Normally,
they do
when
Can't
places
complain.
screw you over for the amount of money that you make over something like the minuscule amount, that doesn't happen, right, Sean? But yeah, when it comes to TeePublic and you basically just say, hey, like, can you put this on a shirt for me? And then they do all the work and own all the stuff. And yeah, like they basically just draw something and give it to them. It's okay that they only give you, whatever, 20% or whatever.
So I also want to touch on, we talked about this on our Patreon stream over on Lampkin Lane this past Sunday. A lot of people, and then we'll get into the Halloween Kills News Week. A lot of people, and this is light spoilers here. Johnny, you've heard all this before.
How dare you, sir?
Light spoilers here. So if you guys are like, really, I don't want to know anything, tune out for about 5 minutes and come back. But a lot of people refer to Halloween Kills and that flashback because we've talked about that flashback at length because it's all over the internet for like a year and a half now. And it's cool because everybody's excited for a flashback that takes a center stage in the film for a while. It's what is it in the script again? In the 92-page version of the script, I want to say it's 19 or 20 pages long out of the 92 pages. Now, that's not the final version. The final version was like 117. But the flashback, is... We'll tell Frank when to unmute. Or Tommy, I'll get you to tell Frank when to unmute. You can just type it in the chat. But a lot of people refer to it as like just the flashback. And we talked about on the Patreon stream the other day that, geez, which one? Because there's more than one flashback in Halloween Kills. Now, that shouldn't ruin the movie for anybody. All I'll say, though, is that second flashback that seems to never get any attention has arguably one of the most important things happen in it in the movie. And yet, for all the talk that goes on, people just refer to it as one flashback when in fact it's not. The question, though, is, and Kieron and I and Tommy talked about this the other night, will that second flashback get cut because of how short it is? Kieron, what do you think? Do you think the second flashback gets cut, especially considering the content that it shows? By the way, keep spoilers out of the chat, guys.
I can totally see them doing it regardless of the impact. But I would be quite upset, and not only because of the content, but because how I've stated that it really is good for the flow of the film. So I would be upset if it did get canceled, but even knowing what happens, I think they could totally do it.
All right, Mike. That's I know the Myers accounts love to have fun in the chat. Let's bring that down. Dean says they better not cut it. Dean doesn't even know what it is. I don't think they should cut it either, but I can tell you because of the nature of the content, I could see why they positioned that in a separate flashback, just to be right up to the last minute being like, do we want it in? Do we not want it in? Do we want it in? Do we not want it in? We'll have to wait and see.
They just have to decide whether they want the Leprechaun in the movie or not.
For sure. That scene where Leprechaun, comes out and just jumps all over Annie's dead body back in 78 is just crazy. He pogo sticks her to death a second time. So, anyways, I just found that funny when we were doing the Patreon stream. You gonna live over there, Johnny?
That made my head hurt.
A lot of vagueness. Yeah, well, we don't want to.
No, I just mean the Leprechaun part. That
if you subscribe to our Patreon, you'd get that.
Indeed. All right, let's talk about this. Hang on, I got to pull up the image. It was set over on StreamYard.
Are we ready for me to put unmute?
Yes, you can unmute Frank, or tell Frank to unmute. Let's talk about this. It is the first ever Fandom Empire Halloween Kills Week. Come to think of it, it will be the first and only ever Fandom Empire Halloween Kills Week. And we have a lot in store. So this went back to, before we tell you what each event is that's going to be happening that week, Intel, 2 flashbacks. Why don't I remember that from the script? I would have to say that you must have skipped over it. The second one is very short, and it is there. But anyways, Halloween Kills Week, which I believe starts October the 11th and will end on October the 15th for us. We have major things happening every single day of the week on the channel. And quickly, before we get into what, Johnny, you and I did this for The Force Awakens, and we did it for The Last Jedi. I think we might have even done it for Rogue One. Arguably even Solo, kind of, when you think about it.
No, definitely Solo.
Why does this make sense? We all talked about it. We were all on board for it.
I mean, it's just, like when you presented it, it's just kind of the way we've always done things. This isn't a new procedure. Like, yes, it's the first time we're doing it for a Halloween movie, and yes, it's the first time we're doing it for, something that's not a Star Wars film, but it's just kind of the way we've always done things.
I think that, if you spend, by the time it gets here, we'll have been talking about this movie for a year and a half on the channel.
I mean, here's why it makes sense. Because we're all going to be fucking hyped.
I thought you were going to say high, because we can arrange that.
We're all going to be fucking high as shit. No, we're all going to be hyped. You guys are all going to be hyped. We're honestly, when a big movie comes up, and I haven't felt this way about a Halloween movie leading into it so far, because I'm the most I'm much bigger fan of Halloween now than I ever have been leading into a movie. But, leading into something else like the Star Wars movies, like that, there's people you guys all in the chat are excited when we get an image and we talk about it.
That we've already seen.
Yeah, and we talk about it for the whole day, and we talk about it in the chats, we talk about it in our Fandomatics chat, we talk about it amongst ourselves in our whole staff chat. We're excited about all this shit, and right before the movie comes out, we're going to be so excited. We will talk about the fucking back frame. Hey, did you notice the light switch is on in the back, even though the light is off? We're going to be fucking talking about the randomest shit, and we're going to be hyped so much that it's going to be, I would predict that we're going to have really good numbers that week. Even if we were just talking about random crap, but we will find great stuff to talk about. You're gonna find out soon what we're doing, but I think we're gonna have great numbers, great content, and I think everybody here is gonna be just excited, and that's why we can do that. That's why it makes sense to do that.
Someone in the chat's I think Johnny's asleep.
No, Johnny is.
He's watching.
Johnny's
something.
watching the basketball game.
Correct,
I believe.
sir. Yes.
All right. Does the chat want to find out what's going on in Halloween Kills Week for us?
We won't tell you till we have 60. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's get a yes in the chat if you guys are ready to hear our Halloween Kills Week plans. Simple yes or no. They're just like unsubscribing. Goodbye. Go fuck yourself.
See you later.
Um,
If you want to see me eat this whole pack of M&Ms, I won't eat this whole pack of M&Ms. I won't sleep.
So yeah, no, there's that. We got a bunch of people saying yes, and we have Frank talking about nudie mags. That makes sense.
Well, let's talk about that.
Frank's always talking about nudie mags or something of the sort.
We got a bunch of yeses. All right, so let's start this off. Let's see if I can do this right. This is so much easier to do on StreamYards. Let's pull her up and see what's happening on Monday of that week. So on Monday of that week, Monday, October the 11th, there's not a time on it yet, but we will be doing a Halloween 1978 watch-along. At least I'll be watching it in 4K on the new 4K Blu-ray set. And so, yeah, I think we've watched Halloween on the channel once, the first one, a long time ago. But it just makes sense to watch this movie this week. So, yeah, we're going to be doing a watch-along on the Monday. That's exciting. Can't wait to get to that. And then on Tuesday, as I stall for time, I do see a super chat in there. I will get to that in a second. It looks like the same fucking thing. Is it the same?
Tuesday, we're going to watch
It
Halloween.
is the same fucking
I was gonna say I thought it was Tuesday that the
We're going to do the same watch-along every day
No,
of
no,
the
it-
fucking week.
It's we're just gonna watch Halloween 78 all week long.
We're not even going to watch Halloween Kills. We're going to watch Halloween 78.
So on Monday, as you see on the screen, Halloween 78 watch along, and then on Tuesday, which says Monday. Oh my God, this is going real well right now. Let's see if we can pull up the Tuesday one. On this
Blame
is
it on our graphics guy.
this is so much fucking easier on StreamYards. This is why you pay for StreamYards, so you don't have to deal with this fucking headache. But since I apparently put the wrong day on there, what's it say in the thing? I sent it to you, Johnny. Can you pull it up on your chat? I know we don't have too many messages in there. Sorry, we're looking to clarify something here. One moment. In the meantime, enjoy this cool music. All right, I got it here. On Monday, sorry, this is a lie. We're going to get rid of that. Ignore everything you've heard. Boy, do we have our shit together tonight. I swear we're not high. Well, Johnny's baked, but the rest of us are good.
I'm the one in this room who doesn't bake.
Yeah. Oh my God, I fucked that up again. We're definitely doing the computers next time we're here.
Do you want the list that you sent us in the chat?
I have it right in front of me.
That's why I'm asking, because I'm looking at it right now.
All right, this is Monday. Thank you. Fuck me.
No, thank
Bloody fucking hell. Here we go. Halloween, a complete film ranking of the franchise of the 11 films that have been released to date. I know what you're saying. You're saying, well, you guys have already ranked the films before. We have separately. We've not ranked them the way we did the trilogies, where we add up everybody's points together and see the way that's going to come out. And we're going to take the points from everybody who appears on screen on Fandom Empire Live or Fandom Empire Now, which includes our buddy Mike Bish. But we're also going to reach out to our chat mods, guys like Toronto Freddy, Frank Riker, Jade, and so on, to see what their lists are, compile the scores, and get a true ranking of the films 1 through 11. So that is on Monday. On Tuesday is the Halloween 78 watch-along, like we previously put up there. On Wednesday, it's the Halloween Kills preview with several content creators. I don't want to give any names yet because it's really early. Let's just say most of you watch a lot of them. And that's going to be a lot of fun. That's October the 13th, Wednesday. And we'll still have, it'll be, what are we allowed, 10 people on StreamYards, I think? What did we have, 10 that day when we were horsing around with everybody?
I know.
Something like that.
Can I be on this one? You never bring me to all the fancy parties.
For sure, everybody's going to be invited. Well, you, Johnny, Tommy, and I. Tommy's still here, by the way. Listen,
he never brings me to the ball, Johnny.
And then on Thursday afternoon,
he's ashamed of me.
Thursday afternoon, we have the afternoon watch along of Halloween 2018, where we're gonna get together and watch 2018. And then later that night, we're currently debating this. Is we might be doing a private screening of Halloween Kills that night. I prefer to see it in IMAX. That's how I want to see it the opening night. But we know that the IMAX release is not going to be a wide release anymore. And it's going to depend how far we have to go to get into an IMAX screen, you know. If there's one, you know, on the outskirts of Toronto or whatever, or even in Toronto, I wouldn't mind doing that. But if, you know, we got to go to Kitchener or some shit, that's not happening. But anyways, you have the Halloween 2018 watch along that day. And then later that night, you'll have our instant reaction to the movie, which I believe is right here.
Also, I just decided right now I'm going to dress up like Dr. Loomis for that.
That is awesome.
I
You
just
know,
That
go
is
bald
awesome.
So you're
cap.
just gonna wear a trench coat and a bald cap?
And I'm going to shoot you 6 fucking times. Piece of shit.
He's going to be no intel on that. We can get intel on that list. If you make yourself free that night, the Halloween Kills preview night, you will be on. If you make yourself free, you're more than welcome. And then the spoiler review for Halloween Kills will be on Friday. So that's our Halloween Kills week. Again, Monday is the complete ranking of the Halloween franchise. Tuesday is the Halloween 78 watch along. Wednesday is the final preview. Thursday afternoon is a Halloween 2018 watch along. Most of us will be seeing Halloween Kills Thursday night. And then we'll have a non-spoiler review late Thursday night with a full spoiler review on Friday. And every one of those streams we do, we're going to be doing giveaways to you, the audience. You don't need to be a Patreon subscriber, although there will be extra perks in it if you are around that time. But we're going to do a giveaway on every single stream that week. We've been building up to this fucking thing long enough, so we might as well make it a big celebration and see what happens. Kieron, any thoughts before we hand it over to Tommy for a second on Halloween Kills Week? Have you ever done anything sort of this over the top leading up to a movie?
Have I ever done anything this crazy leading up to a movie? No, I don't. I can't compare anything to it. I have gone to see some movies, like when Return of the King came out in theaters. I went to go see it 4 times in the theater in, I think, a week. And that movie is 4.5 hours long, so I devoted a lot of time of my life to go and see that movie because I loved the Lord of the Rings movies that much.
Jerry says, what page of the script is the second flashback on? P.S. I want to see you roast/take the piss out of Tommy.
Oh,
I don't get that.
He wants you to get urinated on by Tommy? I don't get it.
You want to see Tommy piss on me? That's OnlyFans stuff, man.
I'm pretty sure he's talking about the you super kicking Tommy thing, though.
So he's not talking about Tommy pissing all over me.
It could be
I'm not a
both.
golden shower expert. I think Johnny's had a lot of time there. So maybe he can give me some pointers, you know.
I get the feeling that this is one of our viewers from across the ocean, because to take the piss out of someone means to insult them.
Is that what that means?
Okay.
That
Oh, I'm just letting you know who it was.
It's a British phrase. You know, take the piss out of someone. It's
Yeah. Is that like them being full of piss and vinegar? Is that
Again, I don't know the etymology of the phrase.
Well, I
but
thought you knew everything, fucking smarty pants over there. Always fucking.
I wish we could put
teaching
this.
know
us
it's
about
British.
history and all sorts of crazy shit.
I know it's British. That's enough.
I wish we could put this on screen, but we can't because we just don't have that option with this program. Intel Wild sends in a $10 super chat. 6 months ago, I would have thought Kieron was the cleanest, most sane guy on the screen, but now I'm convinced he's the sickest, nastiest mother Canucker. LOL.
Yeah.
It took you 6 months to figure that out.
That's that. You know what the problem is? He hasn't been around as much the last little while. Otherwise, would have figured it out much sooner. I have been accused by people of being a little odd at times. Yeah, I don't know. I find
I dig it. That's a compliment.
I do it on purpose. I love the value of. I love shock value. I love being the odd person. I've always been very unique person. So
let's ask the chat this. Let's get the chat in this, and then we're gonna move on to some trivia. We're gonna let Tommy have his say on Halloween Kills Week as well, because I know you've been a part of some big film build-up weeks, Tommy. But first up in the chat, how many of you guys in the chat right now, you guys and gals out there, almost 70 is still keeping strong. How many of you guys are seeing Halloween Kills on the preview night, the Thursday night, which is when a lot of people go to see movies when it first comes out, if they're, a big-time fan. Some don't. Doesn't mean you're not a fan. How many of you guys are going to see it Thursday? Who's seeing it Friday? Who's waiting until the weekend? Because I can tell you our initial reaction, and I don't know if we'll do it outside the theater on like 15, 20 minutes on the phone or something, or if we'll come back here for 15, 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever. Our initial reaction is only going to be non-spoiler. There's going to be no spoilers in it. The next day, we'll be doing a full spoiler review. So if some of you guys haven't seen the movie yet, you're not going to want to tune into that stream. Just giving you a heads up. But yeah, no, how many of you guys are seeing the movie on Thursday? And if you're not, when are you seeing the movie? Tommy B, how about you? When are you seeing the movie, and your thoughts on Halloween Kills Week as we wait for answers?
So I'm pretty excited. I'm assuming I'm going to catch the film at a local theater, as I've said many times over the past year or whatever. Theater ended up shutting down when things, stopped being allowed to be open. Ended up getting bought up recently by a theater a few towns over. It's one of those, dine-in, cushy seats sort of deals. So that's how they're going to run it.
Time out. Hang on. I got to cut you off. Solid Saturn literally just said sometime during October. The guy that literally dissects, and I love you, dude. You dissect every fucking picture possible of Halloween Kills. You are more hyped than any person I know for this movie. And your answer is sometime in October.
Opening night, sometime in October.
What the hell is that creaky noise?
I don't know. I heard it.
I don't know, whatever.
Johnny's got his hand on the table.
Neither of my hands are under the table.
That's not what the camera says. I'm looking at the camera right now. It looks like one could be under there.
I have two hands. One is right here, and the other one is on top of it right here. Now, what hand is under the table?
So now I don't know if people are having fun, but Jerry just said, unfortunately, we've never met Sean. I'm a 30-year-old American author in a wheelchair. We have a few people that listen to this channel and watch this channel that are in wheelchairs, and we love them and support them. But considering someone else said they were you earlier, has me confused as to what's going on.
All the theaters down here have wheelchair accessibility.
I don't think that had anything to do with it, but yeah, okay, cool.
I thought he was talking about when to go see it.
No, he wasn't. He was referring to a comment I made earlier about I know who Jerry is, and I showed you on the phone.
Oh,
yeah.
I see.
Anyway, so I don't know what's going on. It's all over my fucking head now. Who wants to do some horror trivia?
Not me.
Some horror trivia.
That almost sounded like a question.
Before we do, I had cut Tommy B off. The Halloween Kills Week that we're doing, man. Does it make sense to you after how much time and effort that we've put into the channel to do something like this? Not just to like celebrate the movie coming out that week, but to be able to give back to the channel too, because we're going to be doing a lot of giveaway stuff that week.
Was that a question?
It was a Tommy B question.
That didn't sound like a question.
He
hey,
said, does it make sense?
Hey, I'm excited to be able to offer these we'll say diverse offerings or whatever. We're gonna have a show a day for a whole week. Work week, that is, business days, Monday, Friday, whatever. Halloween Kills, the Halloween franchise, so on and so forth, has helped this channel expand. We've become a community.
I'm ready to go.
It's our bread and butter. Someone said that, I think. It might have been you, Kieron. Yes, it's very much warranted. I think It is good. It's good. We're going to do it, and it's going to be an exciting thing. The only thing that's going to be a little sad about is when it's over, it's going to be over, and we'll
that'll be next year.
Talking about it like as a past movie at that point.
And we'll be talking about Halloween Ends the following year. So there's a lot to look forward to. I'm going to put the pressure on these three. Now, we don't have screenshots to show you like the last time we did trivia, so you're just going to have to listen to the question.
I filled out my first answer already.
I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to put some pressure on these guys. So Dean, Jesse, and Tim are playing for a chance to win a prize. It was a Patreon contest we did. Ended in a tie. Johnny, I think you finished last in the trivia that we did last week, so I'm going to allow you to pick who you're playing for. Dean, Jesse, or Tim?
I'm going to say, I honestly, I thought Tommy came in last.
Tommy wasn't in it, I don't think. Was he?
No, it was me, you, and Matt.
Yep.
Matt came first.
I'm pretty sure Kieron was second.
I think he had like 8. I had 6, and you had like
2, I think.
Something bad.
I don't remember. I'm choosing to withhold it from. It does not matter to me. Who I'm.
Well,
I don't want to pick because then if I lose, then I lose 4 of them. I mean,
yeah. Well, you're going to lose 4 of them regardless. So, is it Dean, Jesse, or Tim?
So why would I subjectively
what a little bitch. Just pick someone.
Kieron, who you playing for?
I'll play for Dean.
Tommy, who you playing for? Jesse or Tim?
I feel bad for whoever I play for.
Right? Like I'm in
Jesse or
Tommy
Tim?
Here, man.
Be confident, you little pieces of shit.
You guys are all about the same level, in my opinion. So. All right, forget it. You
Tommy
guys
is playing for Tim.
You guys are
Johnny
dragging
is
this out terribly. Chat, who should Tommy play for? Actually, no, Johnny started this. Who should Johnny play for, Tim or Jesse? Comment in the chat. The first one that comes up is the one we're picking. Is Johnny playing for Tim or Jesse?
See, that's more fair in my opinion. Let the audience choose who's choose your champion.
Yeah, but they're not choosing. They're choosing for someone else.
Kieran's like, or Dean's like, let's rock, Kieran, or you're dead to me. Okay, I did that last part.
Hey, I did pretty well last week. I just got beat by Matt.
Thank you, Jade.
Barely got anything
Tommy
wrong.
is playing for Jesse. Johnny is playing for Tim. All right, you guys will have. There are no repeats, so listen carefully. And I know 2 of you can hear me perfectly fucking fine, no matter what. So
if I take my headphones off, I can.
Here we go. No repeats. You only have 10 seconds to answer each question. Question number 1, it's a real simple one. True or false? Rick Rosenthal, who directed Halloween 2, also directed Halloween Resurrection. True or false? You have 10 seconds. We'll keep the music going. Oh, do you not have pen and paper, Tommy?
Was I supposed to have pen and paper?
No, you can answer that way. As long as you're that quick, I'll just say your answer on air. They can't see it, so. All right, answers in. Time's up. Johnny, what do you have?
False.
Kieran?
False.
Tommy says false as well. You're all wrong. It's true. Moving on to question number 2. Here we go. What movie, and I might have the line wrong. I'm pretty sure I do have the line wrong, but you guys will know what movie it's from.
Okay.
You should anyways. And it's only part of the line anyway. Here we go. What movie does Loomis tell a Haddonfield sheriff, death has come to your little town? Death has come to your little town. Frank says true, but we didn't want it. The audience was basically all right. Dean's like, I knew that. Just let me play for me.
Nobody's commenting in the chat, right?
Well, you guys can't see it anyways. And Tommy better not be watching
I can see in the chat, but I haven't looked.
Yeah,
I
look that way.
I keep the integrity pretty good.
Here,
I might have actually just switched.
All right,
to the
answers
wrong
up.
answer now.
What do you got, Johnny?
First one.
I put H2.
Tommy, I didn't see her. What'd you put? Just tell me.
I put 4.
That's correct. Tommy
It's 4,
B.
isn't it? Ah, fuck.
Tommy B with the point.
So I originally put the original. I was like, no, it's definitely not in the original.
We're gonna-
It was
we're
1 or
ask-
4. I knew it was one of the two. I just
switched it
couldn't
quick.
remember.
Okay,
which
go
one.
on.
Yeah, Tommy wouldn't cheat, so we know he's not going to look in the chat, and I got the chat covered over here. All right, question number 3. What Friday the 13th movie does Jason get the hockey mask for the first time? What Friday the 13th movie does Jason get the hockey mask for the first time? 5 seconds. Time's up. What do you got, Kieran?
3.
Johnny?
3.
Tommy, 3. So yeah, you're all right. Everybody gets a point. TJK there, so I can keep track of the score. Question number 4. What Nightmare on Elm Street movie does Nancy die in? What Nightmare on Elm Street movie does Nancy die in? We will accept a numerical answer if you don't remember the title of the movie. Tommy says 2. Kieran says
5.
Johnny says 4. No, the answer is 3. We were looking for 3. Dream Warriors.
Fuck.
Dream Warriors was 3?
Yep.
I'm thinking the wrong character.
If I'd have went by name, I would have had it. But I went by number.
Question number 5. What was the sequel to I Know What You Did Last Summer called?
Do we have to? We have 10 seconds. We have to write out the whole thing?
Yep. I'll give you a few extra seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay.
Tommy B put, I know what you did in your mother's bathroom.
I included the only important part, I think, which is still. I still know what you did last summer.
Well, I wrote the whole thing because you said we had to. I still know what you did last summer.
I got to did. And I wrote it wrong. I put I know, and I was like, fuck! And I wrote back and added still in there, but I did know that.
So Johnny had it right and Kieran had it right.
Kieran only had it part right. So that should be like a partial point.
Whatever.
Because you said you wanted the whole thing. I asked specifically if you had to write the whole thing, and you said yes.
So you wanted to take it all.
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Question number 6. Here we go. We're in the back half of this. What Star Wars film did Steven Spielberg direct? I told you there'd be a couple of non-hard questions. What Star Wars film did Steven Spielberg direct a sequence in? What Star Wars film? There, I'm breaking another rule. I repeated. Did Steven Spielberg direct a sequence in? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tommy says episode 5. Kieran says...
I put episode 4.
And Johnny says...
I said Rogue One.
Rogue One. It's none of them. It was Revenge of the Sith. He directed a sequence in the Anakin versus Obi-Wan fight. Question number 7. What year was Return of the Jedi released? What year was Return of the Jedi released?
You almost made me write something very wrong.
Cousins is not a year. Frank, why the hell am I playing? See what happens when you talk about wrestling too much? This is true. Everybody has wrestling brain going on. Answers are in. Tommy B says 1984. Kieran says
1985.
And Johnny says
83.
That's correct. Johnny has it at 1983. That's a J. Let's do a score tally here. Johnny has 3 points. Kieran has 2 points. And Tommy has 2 points. So Johnny is winning this thing. You didn't even want to pick someone, and you're winning.
We all got less than half. Johnny's close, though.
Credit goes to Jade on this one. She prepared this question, so if anybody doesn't like it, then they can blame her. Alrighty. How many ghost face killers has there been to date in the Scream movies? You have 20 seconds. How many Ghostface killers has there been in the Scream movies?
In the movies?
All right, answers in. Tommy says 4. That's incorrect. What do you have, Kieran?
7.
Kieran says 7. Johnny says
8.
8. The answer is 7.
Yes.
Kieran ties
I'm
the
gonna want
game.
a tally.
Holy shit! There's only been 4 fucking movies.
There's only one movie where there's 1, and that's
The other 3 have 2.
the
Correct.
other 3 have 2.
Holy shit! What the fuck? Did they suck that much?
Are we? I counted Sydney's mom's killer.
He counts.
Then that would be 3 in the first one.
No, he's in the third one.
What?
The killer from the third one is who killed Sydney's mom. Johnny needs to brush up on his Scream.
That's right.
He seems
It's been over 10 years since I've seen it.
That's okay. You don't need to watch those. Frank will tell you don't need to watch any of those movies. So, although we might have just lost Frank with a who gives a shit is what he said.
I thought one of the ghost faces was never seen.
Okay, really?
but only
Where
mentioned.
was my shout out for that question? Are you fucking kidding me?
If that's Jade, you did get a shout out.
I love you to death,
Clearly said
but
that.
yeah, I clearly gave you a shout out, and then said if anybody didn't like the question, they could blame you. Kieran made me do it. He was stepping on my toe. Anyway, let's move on. Question number 9. Kieran got that answer, by the way. Tie game.
Yay.
Who played John Doe in 7? Who played John Doe in 7?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, Billy technically was the one that executed it, yes, but it wasn't Billy's plan. If you watch Scream 3, they want you to believe somebody else is the mastermind behind it. All right, time is up. Kieran, what do you have?
Spacey.
Nice. That is correct. Johnny, what do you have?
Nothing, because I can see Kevin Spacey's face, but I could not remember his fucking name.
Tommy B said Willie Mays.
Verbal Kint.
Willie Mays, really?
Willie.
Kaiser Soze.
Billy Mays.
That's not better.
Oh, Billy Mays, but yeah, no, that's
Billy Mays is trending today.
Why?
I think today he would have been like 63 if I remember correctly.
I'm sorry, we were looking for Jeffrey Bezos.
Yeah, well, we didn't have him. Fresh out.
So we have a Kieran got that one, so he's up, right?
Kieran's
Yep.
up one.
And Tommy is technically eliminated, and because he's down by 2. So it's down to Johnny and Kieran. Johnny needs to get it right. Kieran needs to get it wrong to force overtime. Here we go. What year did Halloween 5 come out? What year did Halloween 5 come out? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tommy, I'll ask you for your answer anyway.
Oh, I sent one. 80?
No, that's incorrect.
80?
Yes, 1980.
Johnny, what do you got?
I said 89.
Kieran, what do you
I
got?
put 93.
Johnny is correct with 1989. We're going to overtime. Holy fuck.
Same year as Batman. Damn it.
Wow.
Piece of shit.
Oh, I need to go back in the chat now and see who Jade had Tommy playing for.
I was playing for Jesse.
Yeah, he was playing
Jesse
for
got
Jess. I'm
fucked.
playing for Tim.
So we got Tim versus Dean. Tim versus Dean here. Sudden death overtime. There's 3 questions. Let's see what happens here.
Are you asking all 3 or is it sudden death?
Sudden death.
one, yeah.
So 1 at a time.
Just making sure.
Yep. What is the first, and again, we'll accept a numerical answer on this one, but you can say the actual title. What is the first Friday the 13th movie where we meet little Tommy Jarvis? What is the first Friday the 13th movie where we meet little Tommy Jarvis? We got 5 seconds in here. 4, 3, 2, 1. Kieron, what do you got?
I put 4.
Part 4. What do you got?
4.
So did Johnny.
They're both correct. It's part 4. We're going to question number 2.
I knew that one for sure.
Alrighty.
I was happy. Johnny was sweating on it,
Or-
and I was
I
like,
wasn't
yeah, I know
100%.
it.
I'm trying to run through the locations
Yeah.
in my head, and it's like,
Go on.
which one was that one? Yes.
I knew it.
We're about to find out how much Spider-Man our boys know here. How many Spider-Man movies has Willem Dafoe appeared in to date? How many Spider-Man movies has Willem Dafoe appeared in?
Depends on
to
what
date.
you mean by appeared in.
No, I mean actually appeared and acted in.
I feel like he's setting us up to get fucked with here. Like you pick one answer and it seems obvious, but it's not, and you pick another
Here.
answer
Let
and
me. I'll add a little bit of context
is
to
a
that.
bad question.
It's not a no. It's actually a really good question. There's no like picture or audio clip. There's a specific amount of movies that he was paid to appear in and act in.
Okay.
It's not like no trick. Oh, his picture was in the background of this one scene.
Okay.
I have a bad feeling you're going to count the new one and it's just going to throw off the whole
No.
metric.
To date.
Okay. Whatever. Put down an
All
answer.
right, answers are in. Johnny, what do you got?
4.
Okay. That's incorrect. Kieran?
I put 2.
Kieran says 2. The answer is 3.
Okay.
The answer is 3. He appeared in all of Sam Raimi's movies, playing small parts in 2 and 3. And he talks to Harry in 2 and 3 through the mirror. And
Is he in Into the Spider-Verse?
Willem Dafoe?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I thought he was.
I don't know. We'll check.
Not
Is
that
it-
I know of, but
We'll check. Not that I know of, though.
I thought he was. That's why I said
is he?
4.
He's the giant goblin version.
I can't remember exactly, but I was sure that he was credited as appearing in it. I could be wrong. It could just be something that was discussed that never happened. But
No, nothing's coming up for him.
well, he got it wrong. I got it wrong. It doesn't matter.
All right, well, we only have one more question left, and hopefully somebody gets it, or else I'm going to have to come up with some new ones, or this fucking contest is still going to be tied, and we're still going to be looking
We
to...
don't love ties.
no, we don't like ties.
You got to make a last question that's really hard to get the same answer.
We will... I mean, you
Don't
guys...
give him that, because then he'll ask us, like, how many people has Michael Myers killed on screen?
I don't even know the answer to that off the top of my head, so...
But then he would go closest. Anyways, go ahead.
All right, here we go. Let me read the phrasing of this, because I don't remember off the top of my head. Yeah. All right, it's one of those. That's why it's the last one. Before Halloween Kills was announced, how did the audience know that Michael Myers survived Halloween 2018? Canonically.
How specific are you looking for here?
Specific. There is only one thing that happens that lets the audience know before sequels were announced that Michael Myers, in fact, survived Halloween 2018. And if I can make sure Kieran just keeps looking that way for a second, because I just want to peek at the chat to see if anybody else got it. Yeah, there's a couple of them in. Frank says, what the fuck? There's a very specific answer here. And Dean's answer is not right. Dean might have known, but canonically speaking, that is not what that really didn't mean anything other than he just wasn't there in the same position. Johnny, what do you got?
Yeah, I don't know.
Breathing in the credits.
Kieran, what do you got?
That there was this gun compartment that he could get into.
Johnny is the winner. Tim has won. The end of the credits after the song dies, they make a very, very blatant attempt to let you know that Michael's still alive. Is you hear Nick Castle breathing through the mask at the end. I think he takes 2 or 3 breaths and then the movie shuts off.
You know how I knew that?
Yeah, I don't remember that at
No
all.
idea.
Because the very first time I watched this movie,
I can't remember. So
someone made a point of rewinding and saying, "Did you hear that?"
oh, really? Did we?
Yes, you did.
Damn it.
That's 3 years ago. I don't remember any of that. I seen
So
that movie like 4 times in theater.
You already gave Johnny the answer 3
Oh
years ago.
my god.
They
Piece
answered
of
3
shit.
years ago.
Dean, you should be outraged.
Timothy is taking this one home. Tim will be in contact. And yeah, that is going to do it, though, for Fandom Empire Live tonight. That was a fart, Sean, not breathing. Oh, that'd be funny. He just farts.
I mean, that's still a sign of life.
Horror movie lover asks quickly.
You fart when you die, too.
As I say, we're going to wind this thing down, so if there's any last
Yeah,
minute
but you wouldn't have the
comments,
contracting of the sphincter, so you wouldn't actually hear it.
comments, questions,
you're
or
probably right,
super
too.
chats that need to come in now, then now's the time to do so, because we are heading out of here. But Horror Movie Lover asks, does every movie theater do a showing the night before film releases, or only some? Basically 99%.
Most of them.
Like if you have a big chain movie theater, I don't know if you're American or Canadian. For Canadian, it would be Landmark and Cineplex and oh man, what's the other one? I don't remember what the other one's called. But yeah, all those
Those are the
do.
only two big
Empire?
ones.
There's one called Empire?
Oh, yeah.
Or is that
You know,
gone
we
now?
got Regal, we got
Empire
AMC.
used to be what Landmark was.
Yeah, okay.
Which used to be
Regal and
AMC,
AMC in the States for sure. They're up there. But yeah, no, you'll, as long as you don't have some mom and pop theater, my guess is you'll be able to see the movie a ton of different show timings Thursday night. So, yeah, no, good stuff. Johnny, where can everybody find you at, man?
Oh man, you can find me here, there, everywhere, and having a cup of coffee while doing it. Bros Before Pros, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. We did a stream yesterday. I'll have another one. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or Thursday, but sometime the next couple days. And Saturday night we are recording the second episode of the Inside Handoff.
Fun. Kieron, where can everybody find you at?
Sulking in my room.
Frank says, this was funny, guys. Not fun, funny. So we made him laugh at us.
I don't know. When it comes to horror trivia, it's hard for me because I'm going through the whole genre like now as an adult.
There's a lot of the genre I haven't even seen either. Like I'm more primarily slasher than anything else, but I do love the suspenseful films and
These are all movies I've seen. There's no question here from a movie I haven't seen. So I'm not complaining in that way, but I've seen most of them once or twice. So the questions are good, but
Pain in the ass.
it's recalling these films is hard.
Tommy B. Where can everybody find you at, bro?
Everyone can find me at TommyB1650 on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook around Fandom Empire, Dan, all our groups and or pages and all that good stuff.
You can catch us Thursday night, Fandom Empire Now. We are going to be talking the entire Fear Street trilogy, and Mike and I are going to go over that and have a bunch of fun doing it. What do we got here?
I think we got two Michaels here. So one is
Jay's
putting.
Holy shit. Wow.
He's
Yeah.
spamming, but he's spamming because one of the trolls is probably also has the same picture and account and is doing that because you said don't do it.
Oh.
It's like,
Well, it's better than half the other shit that goes
Yeah.
up there, so.
So whatever.
Anyways, you can catch us Thursday, Fear Street 1666. We're going to be talking about that. If you subscribe to us on Patreon, which you can do so at this link right here, patreon.com/Fandom Empire. A new episode of the Fandom Cantina will drop tomorrow. It's a little 10-15 minute podcast that I do a couple of times a week. Put it up on Patreon and just sort of ramble about anything and everything. You'll be able to check that out very soon. And there's a real good possibility that we may do Lampkin. Oops, that's not right. There we go. We might do Lampkin Lane again this Tuesday. And also, you can check us out on TeePublic if you just Google TeePublic.
You mean Sunday.
Sunday. But check us out on TeePublic, Fandom Empire. We got some cool shirts up there. Rick and Morty's represented. Rick and Morty fan show's represented. Fandom Empire Live, Fandom Empire. Mother Canuckers. We don't have a Cousins shirt yet. We wasn't sure if Johnny would appreciate that or not, but I feel like Frank Riker would buy a Cousins shirt. Cousins in a hot tub. I'd buy it. I'd rock it. I'd rock it proudly.
We should make it like a pickup line, but with Cousins in it for Johnny. Like, we'll just get...
Poor Johnny. Poor Johnny. Who's winning the game, by the way?
It is currently Milwaukee by 4.
So it's close. It's close. Let's go Suns. See Game 7. All right. That's going to do it for us. Thanks for a fun show, guys and gals. There was lots going on in the chat. Appreciated. And we'll catch you guys next time. This guy right here. Him. He's got the Rick and Morty fan show immediate reaction to the new episode this Sunday night, 11:35 p.m. Eastern. So you can also catch that. Until next time, though, we'll see you later. And stuff. And things. And things and stuff.
I can't believe I'm this laggy.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the... and then Johnny also is proud to have been sitting here in front of the... or beside, in front, kind of both. His favorite movie, his favorite Star Wars movie, Attack of the Clones.
Oh, did you ever get to the super chat that said Rob Van Dam on it?
I did.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I did. Yep.
I don't remember that.
That was when I accused him of having a burner account at the
okay. Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, we had a good fellow, Justin, I believe his name was, super chat, Rob Van Dam.
When we got the super chat, I did the Rob Van Dam because it took a while to get to it because we were in the middle of something, and then I was like, did we ever get back to that? Anyways, whatever. Let's go home.
Yeah, Rob Van Dam was awesome back in the day. Anyways, that'll do it for us. See you next time. The Boogeyman is coming. And so is Johnny.